Hey, JB from DragonDen Productions here. Today, we got a special video for you. We have from Hot Toys the 1989 Michael Keaton Batman 1/6 scale Collector's Edition Deluxe version. This thing is quite large. The box art is all embossed on the front. You feel it? Sorry, I know my hands are terrible, but there's the front of the box. I'll let my camera person get in on this. Go ahead, I'm going to turn to the side here. You can see the Batman MMS 693 on the side there with the Bat logo. All these little bolt rivet things here up on the top of the box too are all embossed. It's so cool. And then on the back, you have all your information of different companies that carry products from Hot Toys and so on and so forth. All your information on the backs. You're more than welcome to pause the video and read that if you wish. But right now, I think we're going to move this box out of the way, open it up, and let's dig into this. And here we have them. Batman 1989 Michael Keaton. This thing is amazing. We'll start with the accessories you get. First off, we'll start with down here. Let my camera mom get closer. We have the separate face plates that you can put on him. You replace it by removing his head, and if you look on the back here, I'll flip it over and let camera, you'll see there's like a little round peg there. That'll actually plug into the head. It's not magnetic, which I was kind of surprised about. You get one punching plate for on, which attaches, you put one of his alternate hands on. This will slide into his wrist gear. And if you remember from the movie, he blocks swords and knives and punches people with it. Oh, wrong way. You get one Batarang with the rope attachment. It has a ring on it. I don't really see anywhere to attach the ring, so I assume he just holds on to it so he can retrieve his Batarang. You get his Bat Bomb Timer, which is really cool. Move to the left here. You get Vicky Vale's shoe. If you remember the church scene when they're up in the steeple, her shoe falls off. You get the shoe. You get his back gun, his grapple hook launcher. I'm sorry, a little mush mouth there, which does come apart into two separate pieces. And this will magnetically clasp to his belt. I'll show you that here in just a little bit. You get his two throwing stars. I believe they called them ninja wheels. I don't recall him ever using those in the movie, but it's cool that they gave them to you. You get 3 of his smoke bombs. Those are really cool. You get a remote to the Batmobile. If you remember in the movie, the Batmobile is rolling right at his feet, and he tells it to stop, and it does when Vicky Vale screams. You get this tool right here. So this tool is used to move his eyeballs. If you remove his head, you can actually individually move his eyeballs. There's a little plug in there. You stick that in there and you can move it to get whatever look you want. Because if you remember, Batman, his cowl didn't let his head move very well. You get some extra wrist pegs here in the little plastic bag. I didn't take those out because I didn't want them to fall all over the place and lose them. You get his grapple launcher. This is really neat. It actually has individual moving parts to widen it out to do his launch where they basically made a zip line to escape the Joker. Very neat. Get that off my here. You get these 2 poles. So now these poles actually go into his cape to give the wide out cape flight mode. You get a total of 8 hands. So you have left hands, so left hand blocking motion, a left hand semi-closed, and a left hand weapon holding hand. You get a right hand semi-closed, right hand semi-closed. Right hand here, this looks like from the pictures and everything I've seen, it looks like it's for holding his grapple gun or the ninja stars. And then you have this hand, which is for holding smaller objects like the bat remote for the Batmobile. Very cool stuff. And then up here, of course, you have Batman himself. His cape does have wires in it, so you can bend it and position it how you would want the cape to look. While we're focusing on the cape here, I'll show you. There's a little cut here. Let's see if I can do this with these gloves on. This isn't going to be the easiest thing. But there's a little cut in the cape below the wire that this pole will slide into if I can get it to go. Sorry. Well, let's see here. See if I can get that to pop open for me here. Oh, almost got. There we go. So it slides into. And then you have Batman's hand. You extend the arm out. And you actually have him hold it to give that extended cape look. Very neat. I'll set that back down all the way. Then you have the man himself. So his feet. The boots are one solid piece. You can twist the ankles. And you can see the boot actually moves when you twist the ankles. You know, in the movie, he wasn't built for finesse. He was built for power. He does have slight ankle tilt and toe tip. But remember, this is one big solid piece. It's a softer rubbery plastic, but I wouldn't go tilting them too far. Okay? Batman can do almost the splits. He can kick out pretty far. Now, he is built with a rubbery substance on all of his body. It's a rubber bat suit. So all the joints are hidden. He does have double jointed knees, so he can bend that knee quite far back very nicely. So and as you can see, there's no joint to be seen. That just collapses in. His leg can kick. Whoops, that's not the leg. It's on a ratchet system, so he can almost kick straight out. So he could possibly kick Joker right in the chest. Really nice detail if you look on the bottom of the feet there too. Bring them together. Really cool detail of the bottom of the shoes. Now these were like 80s athletic wear shoes that they used. And man, did they do a great job. I'm always impressed with Hot Toys and the amount of detail they put into their figures. Do be careful with his gauntlets here. These are sharp. They are a hard plastic and they will stab you. I can feel that through that glove very much. So his wrists do a 360-degree turn. You can see the detail on the palm of the hand there. It's on both the hands. You can get a slight bend at the wrist. His elbows are double jointed, so he can get up and ready for a boxing match. We can do some old school fisticuffs there with the wrists like that. His arms, I'm pulling his cape up so you can see this a little bit better. You can actually remove the cape if you remove his head, but I'm not going to right now. His arms can almost go out directly 90 degrees, which is very nice. They can tilt forward, and remember, these are also fully encapsulated in that rubber suit. You can see the detail on the back there. You can see the bat butt. So, but yes, he can move his arms forward. You know, they left enough room in this rubber to get the articulation you want, which is awesome. Now, if you remember, especially with the more recent Batman movies with Christian Bale, the second one, he wanted to be able to turn his head because historically, Batman could not turn his head. He does not turn his head side to side. You can turn his waist to get that look. He does have waist twist, and he does have an ab crunch forward and backwards to look up. You can move his head back a little bit, and he can look down, but he does not go side to side, so don't try. You will snap him. Be very careful with your expensive collectibles. I'm going to flip him over here so you can see that cape. Let's string that out. This is a leather-ish cape. It's not actual leather. It's faux. And I know my chair's squeaking. I do apologize. This is a new format. Let us know in the comments if you like how we're doing this format, by the way. You know, instead of the other ways we've done it in the past. If you like it better, I'll do it this way. I don't mind.
We'll get you a new chair, too.
Yes, please, because this thing is squeaking. So every seam that you see here in that cape has wires. So bend, 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 and bend. Well, actually, I take that back. This one does not. I'm sorry. I lied. The very last ones closest to his ankles do not have a wire. But if you bend, obviously, you know, you want that flow look. So, but you pose it how you want to. But yeah, I mean, this guy is just awesome. I'm a huge fan of the 89 Michael Keaton Batman, and when he reprised his role in the Flash movie, I was absolutely ecstatic. And just so you know, in the future, I do have the Flash movie Batman Michael Keaton pre-ordered. So when it comes, I will get that video out to you as fast as humanly possible so you can make a decision if it's something that you want to pick up as well. On Batman, on the side of his belt here, we're talking about his grapple launcher. I'm going to lean that against my chest. I'm going to close up that grapple launcher, put it back together quick, and show you that it does indeed have a magnet. It just magnetizes right there. That's really cool. And you can flip it over if you want. Not the easiest thing to do with gloves on, but you can have it hang either way you want. Like I like to say, you do you, boo-boo. So, now, I'm going to set him off to the side for just a moment. And I'm going to bring in the stand you get with the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition stand comes from the final scenes of the movie at the church. It's got the very nice Batman. It has a hammered metal look. It says Batman right on it. And this, ow, I just smacked myself with it. Sorry. This is actually made out of a vinyl material. This is the first time I've seen this. Most of them have been, a polystone or something, but I'm liking this. It feels like it'd be more durable. The gargoyle on the top can turn 360 degrees. So if you wanted to pose your Batman on the backside and you wanted that gargoyle looking that way, you do it. If you want to do it inside, you can throw your Vicky Vale shoe there like it had fallen down when he walks by and sees it. By all means. You'll notice there's a hole here. So that hole is actually for this piece here. That just pegs right in. It's also made out of that same vinyl material, but it's the other part of the handrail. I think they did that for packaging and trying not to let things break. You'll also notice back here there's also another hole. That is for your typical crotch stand. And goes underneath Batman's crotch to hold him up a little bit better. I probably will use this with mine because nicely enough, this black will pretty much disappear against Batman anyway. So it's nice they added that. I've seen pictures. You can remove the gargoyle from the top. It just kind of pegs in there. You can see those pegs on the bottom of the gargoyle's feet. Sorry for the gargoyle booty. But it does leave 2 holes in the top. I've seen pictures where people have been posing Batman right on top of that. I worry about this myself. You're spending $300, $400, $500, $600 on a collectible. Let's see if I can even get him to stand on there without him tipping over, because there's no pegs on Batman's feet as we showed you, so there's nothing for him to peg into. I mean, granted, I'm on this felt, so it's not the most stable. So let me see. I mean, it looks like you can get him to balance up there, and you could do his cape out holding, which would be awesome. But that's huge for any collectible area. And honestly, with it being this rough textured vinyl, it almost feels like a gentle breeze would blow him over. I like my collectibles looking really nice, so I will not be posing mine that way. But obviously, if it's your collectible, you do you, boo-boo. Put this back on there. And see, that just pegs right in there. Super easy. There's nothing to it. It turns freely. On the bottom, you have Batman on all related characters and elements, DC Warner Brothers Entertainment, 2024 Hot Toys Limited, all rights reserved. It does have little, looks like, these feel like felt foot pads, so if you're putting it on glass or something that could scratch easy, it's nice that they do that. So I'll put it right here on our desk. You can see it will slide, so it's not rubber, but no scratches. I know camera mom was just looking at that going, what are you doing? Sorry. So this is everything you get. You know what? While we're doing it, I might as well. I'm going to remove Batman's head so you can see what it looks like underneath. So as you can see, it's not your typical ball peg that you get. And you see the cape is just kind of elastic. You can slide that out and over if you like. That way you can do them without the cape. Honestly, if you're putting them in the Batmobile, the 1/6 scale Batmobile, I would remove the cape. But other than that, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to show you really quick here. So in here, I can feel that little peg. Just kind of push on it. And you can also even use this tool that they give you for the eyeballs. And oh, there goes his mouth. And you can see there's that hole there. And I can put a different mouth in there. So if you wanted to give him the more grizzled, scene where he's beat up and bloody. I mean, look at that face. That's just awesome. The amount of detail they put in these things is just insane. Absolutely love this. I'm going to attempt to move one of the eyeballs. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but there's a little peg in the back of here. You can... And all right, so this eyeball is the one I'm going to try to move. I'm not in the hole. Hold on. This is really hard to do with gloves on. Sorry, guys. You know what? We'll do this. We'll do this eyeball instead. All right, so this is the eye. I'm going to try to look up, down. Wee, creepy eyeball. I don't know if that's showing up or not, but hopefully it is. And I just didn't say creepy eyeball, and you're all like, this guy's weird. Probably saying that anyway, though. So, yeah, you could. Well, now he's just crazy eyes. I'll fix that later. But you can see it. If I don't know if you can see down in there, but you can see it's obviously not the ball peg. So, and this, it's just like a little pressure clip. So this will clip in and you'll actually hear it. Let's see if I can do it near the microphone so you can hear it. You can hear it click. These, his bad ears are, they're a tougher rubber. They're not super hard. They've got a little bit of give to them, but those are exceedingly sharp too. I figured I'd mention that because I just stabbed my hand with it. So, set that off to the side. Maybe. Well, guys, we're going to go through, let's see here. We'll do the articulation. Articulation on him for having this type of suit on him, which just looks awesome. That rubber, I mean, it's a rubber bat suit. That's what it's supposed to be. Articulation, having double jointed knees, ankles pivot and tilt a little bit. The hands, the elbows, the shoulders, the head. Do I wish I could make Batman turn his head? Yes, but I'm sure he wished he could have turned his head too. I can't discredit that. It's not supposed to. I am giving this out of my 5-star rating. I'm giving him a full 5 stars for articulation. It is the amount of room you have to maneuver this guy is way more than you would expect. So I can't. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't show you. You can also pivot at his thigh. Now I'm thinking about, sorry. I know, random. Overall, for everything you get with this Batman, whether you get the standard edition or if you get the deluxe edition like I did, out of 10, it's hard to not give it a 10. With the ability to maneuver the eyeballs to do your own looks, I am giving this Batman, and this is the first for the channel, this is our, 10th review? I've yet to give a perfect 5 out of 5 and a 10 out of 10. I'm giving this 5 out of 5 for articulation, and I'm going to give it the overall rating of 10 out of 10. Hot Toys hit the mark, hit the bullseye. I can't imagine them doing anything better than this with this type of figure. This is awesome. I really hope that the Flash movie one does just as well. Thank you for watching. If you liked how we did this video, please let us know in the comments. I will continue to do this. If you liked it better at my other station that I was doing it, where you had the top-down view, I can do that. We're still very young at doing this, so we're learning as we go. We do appreciate all the comments and the likes. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.
Hey, here's another DragonDen video you might like.
And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button.
And you can hit the notification bell if you'd like to know when our videos come out.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.